was one of this country's most distinguished soldiers, a general who witnessed some of the worst horrors of the Second World War, and yet who is remembered for his powerful sense of dignity and decency. Kitching died last week in Victoria. He was 88 years old. Here's Dan Bjarnason now on the life of a remarkable Canadian.
George Kitching was eternally youthful and exuberant. He was once the youngest general in the Canadian Army. When he returned for the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Holland in 1995, he still looked like a dashing young tank commander. At 33, Kitching led the 4th Canadian Armoured Division during the bloody Normandy campaign across northern France. As the war ended, he was Chief of Staff to the commander of all Canadian forces in Holland and helped orchestrate the surrender of more than 120,000 German troops in May 1945 and was in the room when it happened. The CBC's Matthew Halton reported from the scene.
The German general wore a black leather coat and a shabby peaked cap.
A half-century later, on the actual anniversary, Kitching returned to that same room.
How do you feel when you come back in this room?
It's almost as if they're ghosts, as if you are the German on the opposite side of the table, Peter. It was full of people then. Any movement, it was a very quiet room.
When asked how he remembered the war, Kitching was bittersweet.
I'd say the loss of a hell of a lot of friends. And the making of a lot of friends, a tremendous number. I never would have met them had it not been for the war.
George Kitching was a brilliant staff officer, a man of substantial courage, a man...
Military historian Jack Granatstein laments that Canadians have so little regard for their historical heroes.
Any other country would have marked his passing in some major way. Here, we scarcely even noticed.
George Kitching died in Victoria after a stroke he had on May 3rd in Holland, where he went regularly every couple of years to commemorate the liberation. In Holland, they always knew who George Kitching was.
Thank you, General Kitching. We love you very much. Thank you all. Thank you for liberating our wonderful country.
Dan Bjarnason, CBC News.